Good evening. Here doing the PCC2 week 2 milestone turn-in. So I went back and worked on what you told me to address. Decided to go back and fix stuff, knock back those volumes, and I kind of just knocked it back to where he's basically a skin, muscle and skin bear. There's no fur, so it's kind of bald. Try to keep all the head proportions right, getting that down. I was trying to make sure that I followed my references on my other board as well, because earlier in the week I was working mainly on that. Once I started going, I tried to make sure that all my muscle groups lined up how they're supposed to. Make sure that those looked right and those were lining up good. Had to reposition his legs a little bit from the knocking back of the geometry. They got a little wonky. I'm still a little iffy on the volumes of the back legs. I need to tweak those. I also might need to tweak the sides of his back lower legs. Let me zoom in a little more so when I turn around you can see him. But I'll give you some different views here. It wasn't too much extra work to try and get down to where I'm at now. It was pretty easy. And then I'll show you his underbelly. Let me get him on his side here. There we go. Got the major muscles blocked back in. Fixed those. Got this whole area blocked in. I might need to bump these down a little bit and fix that. But I made sure to have it to where the muscles are kind of wrapping around like they should, to wrap up to the top, and then these wrap down over, and then they come down through there. So I know in terms of this, I still have a lot of work. I've got to do this. I've got to start. I've got to continue working with XGen and fiber mesh to get those done right. I've got to work on the eyelids, getting that done right, getting the eyelids blocked in, and figure out how the drop is, or the draping effect is on the top eyelid and how that works. I also have to figure out what I'm doing for textures and colors for the nose, the inside of the mouth and the teeth, his bottom lips and top lip, the ear, inside of the ears, and then I've got to do the pads of the feet as well, the claws and the teeth, on top of the fur, and then coloring the fur. So as I went through, I remeshed this whole model, so my Z remeshed count is down to 24,629, and let me turn this off. That's what it looks like. So after I did all that changing on the structure, I went ahead and Z remeshed it. Got the UVs. I can't really, I didn't have time to get those into Maya and pop them out into a UV map to show you, because they're a little dense for ZBrush to show on a quick preview. But this is what I've got for poly groups. The ears, the head, each set of legs, each set of pads, and then the main body. And that carries over into my fiber mesh as well, as you can see. So I started working with the fiber mesh. It's kind of starting to get a result that I wanted. But even with this fiber mesh density, I'm not getting full coverage, and it's at 12.2 million polygons, which is quite a bit, and it's putting a tax on my computer. I think today, working with higher density than that, and even this density, ZBrush crashed about 7 times for me today, and I'm even having to re-record this video right now because of that. And it's running a little late here. So I've been having some problems with fiber mesh. I'm kind of getting used to the brushes. I'm kind of getting used to how they work. They're still a little finicky, and just trying to get the overall look of the fur right is having me giving me troubles. This is what I had as of what you see right here is a fast preview. This right here is what that looks like with a BPR render. I know I'm missing some coverage here and here, but I was trying to get a feel for how it worked on this model in this low resolution. Yeah, I did some more work earlier in the week with a lot more high render stuff, which let me pop that into view for you. Was this right here? You know, it's kind of getting a feel for that, and the density felt right in some of the areas like this part. And you know, I really like the way it was looking with that. But you know, in that one, as you can see here, I was pushing you know, 15 million polygons just for the head fur, and you know, I was over 55 million total for the body, the head, the body's fur, and then the ears. And that was another thing I changed. And that one, of course, I split it up into different meshes. This one, I decided to leave it all one fiber mesh, and then from there use the poly groups to separate that. So with the poly groups, I was able to, I can isolate each group and work on that separately, and then go from there. So couple questions real quick before I end this video. So I got most of the work done. You know, made sure to get those. Just 1 second. Again, sorry about that. So with the fiber mesh, should I go for the higher density fiber meshes, you know, above 15 million? Trying to get the whole body covered like it should be. Because, you know, I want to have that full coverage of the fur, because I know that there's going to be the color of the skin and that and whatnot, but you know, I want to make sure that my animal's covered like it should be. I don't want it to look realistic. I'm starting to see some pinching here. I'll probably take care of. I do apologize about that. I just noticed it. You know, should I go for that higher density to try and get that detail in there, or should I try and stick lower to keep from crashing as much on ZBrush? Also, should I move? I thought about trying XGen fibers, but I know they gave me quite a headache back when I was using them just to do some minor stuff with like an animation. It's just trying to figure out what to do on that one to get this done, because I know I've got a lot to do. You know, I know I can get this finished. It's just a matter of how well it will look when it's done. You know, I want to make sure that what I'm producing is great quality. But you know, all this unknown territory of fiber mesh and working with this and trying to figure out textures, it's putting a tax on me, especially with time, because you know, I've only got so much time in a month to troubleshoot before I can get this done. I know I sent you an email, Mr. Norman, with some questions I had from last week's video, and just about stuff in general. But you know, looking to hear from you on that one, then looking forward to hearing from you on this one, and you know, just how best to move forward on this. That's the thing I'm kind of getting lost on, is just trying to figure out the best way to move forward and the best way to push it that little bit further to get this, you know, looking good, to looking better, because I kind of hit these blocks where I'm trying to push myself to move forward, but I don't know where to go. So it's kind of like I'm leading it's like the blind leading the blind here, with just, you know, me and my computer trying to figure this out. But I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for your help, and I hope you have a great night.